We're going to start today with sharpening the blades on the John Deere mower. Normally you've got to take the tractor off the mower, tip it upside down, and take the blades off, etc., which is a very heavy job and time consuming, so I thought I'd try something a little bit different this time. So I'm trying to utilise the tractor and the front end loader. See how we went. Stay tuned after that to see what happened in the next few days. We had 1,000 millimetres of rain and 2 nights of rainfall, which is quite devastating. It's more than we've ever seen here before, with major flooding. Okay, that should get us enough. I want to put a chain over the bucket from that hook to that hook and down around the axles or something. Lift the front of this thing up so I can sharpen up the blades. They're getting a bit blunt. Alright, onward. I'll go and grab some chains. Oil drums are a good thing for storing the chains in, as it turns out. Now let's have a look. Better get hold of something here that we won't break. One looks pretty good. This does that one. Now, just raise the bucket up over the top and see where we get from there. Here we go, one hydraulic jack to give me access to the underneath. I've got to get those blades off and sharpen them. I'll get a stand underneath so it doesn't fall on me, and start ripping them off. There we go, that should pass workplace health and safety, don't you think? We've got a jack installed, everything ready to go. And we get down underneath here. Now what we've got to do is undo these big bolts here. They're holding on the blades onto the spindles, so it does require a bit of muscle just to break the tension. Although the first time I did this, it took quite a bit of effort because I don't think they'd done it for quite a while. And the other one. There we go. One more to go. Well, this is what we've got. We've got the blade off, and the edge there, as you may be able to see, is not much of an edge. I think I've been bludgeoning the grass instead of cutting it. So we've got to get this down to a much finer edge if we can. And that's the next step, hit the grinder out. Right, that's one side. Flip it over and do it all again. And that's the way we do it. Nice and sharp. Okay, well that's about it. I should be able to see the difference. There's quite a sharp edge. Just put a bit of a 45-degree thing on it. So that doesn't cut the grass. Nothing will. Certainly a lot better than the blunt edge we had before. We can get this thing back together again. Just a small safety note here. You'll notice my arm around the jack stand there. If anybody's ever working underneath anything at all, particularly with hydraulics like a jack or anything, and in this case the loader, always put a jack stand underneath, because even though I had this thing up and hanging off the loader, it still managed to creep down in the hydraulics and put the full weight of the mower down onto that jack stand. So yeah, don't forget. What's going on here? That's better. Do things this way. As you can see here, the lighting is getting very dark and foreboding, and if you watch the rest of this video you'll see why. In the next day or two we ended up with an enormous rain event. Now it's time for a bit of a test run. I've got to do this sharpening fairly regularly because of the very tough grass in some places, and sticks and stones and things, but of course the ever-present basalt rocks hiding underneath the grass, which is slowly being reduced in height. But it's nice when the blades are really sharp, as anybody with a lawnmower would know. It just makes it much neater. Well, we were kept awake all night by the constant bombardment of solid rain, which amounted to about 400 millimetres of rain overnight, and through the next day it was just fairly ordinary rain. This is the spillway off my dam, which was absolutely full. It's coming across the top paddock here and flowing down off this hill down into the creek. Probably can't see it from on the camera, but I'm standing on the high tide line, if you like, and you can see this entire paddock completely swept by the flood water. And if you can see how high we are off the water down there, that water's about probably about 40-50 centimetres off the concrete. So that's a long way down. I would estimate, we'd be 5 metres, 5-6 metres deep when it was at its peak during the night. That's probably the deepest little flood rain we've had, and it was just purely from rain during the night. This fence is in a sad way. The gate's been forced open. Difficult to see here with this camera, but the fence on the other side there is completely gone. It would have been at least 5 metres, 6 metres deep, looking at the high tide line on the other side of the road. Here we're looking at all the gravel off my driveway up the top of the hill. It's all washed down here, all heading into the creek. Yes, everything's burst its banks. The dam up above this hill here, and it's all coming down along here. Just swept this entire paddock clear. This is going to be a bit noisy. I don't know if you can hear me, but the water is just about up to as high as it was
the other day, which should be about 4 or 5 metres deep, I think, maybe not quite as high, but that's next door's paddock, which was swept, completely swept clean by the water. Get a lot of noise here, maybe off my umbrella. That water's coming from every direction. Yeah. I don't know if you can see a little post in the middle of the frame there somewhere, but that is a fence post that's about 1.5 meters high. Oh boy, this is really raging. You wouldn't even put a submarine in that. I'm sure glad we put some bitumen on this hill. I'm going to walk up here, have a look at the other side of my dam. Maybe wet feet everywhere for sure. Alright, now this water running here is the old spillway from my dam, and that's falling into a massive hole, a huge hole down there, which is certainly not good because that's eroding. I'll go up here a bit. There we go. Now this view was recently done on a misty morning, as it were, and that's my pump house down there, which is usually high and dry. Looks like the water's up around it. There's a good chance I'm up for an oil change there for sure. It'll be roaring down the other side as well, so almost over the wall of the dam. Very wet indeed. All I can do is get across this water without drowning now. There's no way I'm going to have dry feet now. And all of this water needs more work on my road. So the tractor is going to be very busy. Okay, back to the car, and there we go. This is about 9:30 in the morning, quite dark. Yeah, a little bit of work ahead of me.
Well, as usual, if you enjoyed this or got anything out of it, please press the like button, give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, because I always like to hear what you think of it, and subscribe if you want to see more. But that's about it for the soggy saga of my life, and we'll catch up with you later. I hope you enjoyed at least a part of it. Thank you.